Hey, this is Hansman. Welcome once again to my MERN tutorial, and this time what we're going to do is we will create an express get route for retrieving our uh, students' information from our MongoDB. So in our previous video, we have already retrieved we have already created CRUD implementation express routes using a post by just using our Thunder client. So we have created a request, and we have seen even upon creating a body of JSON, and while our server is up and running, we can see that the record has been successfully added. So this time, that post route has been created within our index.js in our server of our node, and we have even implemented the try catch in case there will be um, a message error or successfully save the data from our MongoDB. So we have also printed the request body for this one so that we could see if it was successfully um, inserted or recorded from our MongoDB. Just in case there will be a catch error, a message will appear there. So this time what we're going to do is to create an express get route for retrieving a new student, or probably not the new student though, all the students, pretty much like select all the record from our table or the collection, which is our student info, right? So once again we will going to create app. Okay, this is our uh, constant define on the tops, and then we will be using now a get function for this, and perhaps we will just put that one in a single quote, a double quotation, a double parenthesis here, and we will just maybe name a route as later we will use the manage component from our front end. So I'll just make this one as a manage, right? And later we will going to synchronize this one using asynchronous, right? So this will going to be async because later we're going to use the Asium um, library for us to have this promise, and the name of our model is later will be mentioned here, and I will just use again the request and response variable later with function arrow. We're going to have a function arrow here later, and we'll just put that one in a JavaScript using parentheses. Okay, I'll just terminate this one. So but what we're going to do is we will make synchronous requests, just like what we did in our uh, in our um, in our post method, post route. So we will be using the same variables, synchronous requests and response. And this time this is a little different because we'll just get the result, retrieve all the result, and by that is what we are going to do. Let's make a try function here, try try function here, and then I'm going to make a new variable here. Let's say constant, okay, const result. Probably I will make a variable result, and because since we are now using this as retrieving, we will have a wait here, right? That the model, which is the student model that we have linked, we will going to find this property later. Okay, we will use a find function here later, and later we will put it inside this parenthesis. Probably we'll just use this an empty one for the meantime. We will just search later, and next probably I'll be using another constant, which is I will name this one as count. We will count we will count the student from the database, and then again I will use the await function here, that the student model will going to be linked here to count down probably. Okay, count the document, I'm sorry. So count the documents. Basically it's a function, and we'll just put an empty curly bracket for possible passing parameters there. What else we will do? Probably we'll just display it. We will going to display the circuit response. So we have already response variable here, there, and probably I'll just send a message, right, showing the, probably inside the JavaScript, the result. Okay, the result which we have already, I think I have given this variable already, right? Maybe later, this variable result, and we will count that one, and I'll just use the function which is a count student later. What is that name? Count student, this one, right? Okay, we will count that student and terminate this one, right? We'll see the result, and then just in case we have some error here, probably we will try catch over here with an error, and of course definitely this will be an error, and it would be in open curly bracket. So we'll once again response to display it from our, pretty much like our console log, that I have to put that one in JavaScript using open curly bracket MSG. I'll be using this variable later to show us the message, right? So this will be an error, so I might terminate here because we are inside this catch error, and I think I'm good now. Let's see that we could use this. Let me save it first. Okay, so there, I don't have error. So let's go back to our client, Thunder client, and let's create a new request, right? Probably I can make a new request. Let's make terminal new request, and we will use now a get. All right, so this is running in HTTP :/ localhost, right, colon 3001, and remember I have made the route manage, right, manage, and this is where I made that one in our index.js, this one, manage, right? This is our route, retrieving all the student, right? So let's work on this one, and actually there's nothing to be set here in the headers, even in the body, because we're just retrieving all the information. So what we did, hopefully if this has no error, we're going to find all, and all the data, I mean all the information that is stored in our student model infos, right? Student infos, which is defined in our student schema, and then it was also linked to our what we call the MongoDB, right? So let's try to run this one. If there's no error, we are getting a good response over here. Send this, and there you go. There, I'm getting now the result over here, and it seems that 1 2 3 4 5 5. Okay, we have 5 records on our MongoDB. So that's a good result now, meaning we are literally showing this. Okay, let me refresh this one. Those 5 records in our MongoDB. So you can see that the student info has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 records. That's why the return from our what do you call this one, from our get, right, from our get API on Thunder client is showing all those information, right? So there you go. So next one probably will not be working yet on the other methods such as put, delete, patch, but what we're going to do is we're going to work on our front end, and maybe we'll start first retrieving all the information from the manage student on our front end. It will going to display over here all the list of the record, which is basically it's still in the JSON format, but then we're going to put it here in our browser. So probably that includes also the counting of our record within our MongoDB, right? And hopefully we could, times permit, we will also link this form into our MongoDB so that we could use this typical component on our front end, and then it will going to straight to update it here in our information, just like this one ready, right? So there you go. So this is like a finished product that most likely that the delete update is already been here, right? So that might be will be for the next succeeding video tutorial once that we complete the CRUD, right? So bye bye for now. See you to my next video.